Good afternoon, lovely people. Sorry, just tidying up. Making a right mess here. Oh, yeah, I'll quickly show you that, actually. Do you remember the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, the Christmas edition? I'm kind of making a concertina book. I haven't started stitching it yet because I'm not quite sure. But I think it's going to work. And it's just on pelmet violin at the moment. But I don't know how to stitch it down. I guess blanket stitch by hand would probably be the best thing. I don't know. It was lovely revisiting it, actually. So, yeah, don't know. Anyway, I've had it on my desk there for ages. Procrastinating, of course. So, what we're here today is this thing that I've been obsessed with starting and haven't done a darn thing with it. Oh, it's been a hell of a week. Let me just put my wire up. Hold time, it might jiggle you. My phone's almost out of battery, so I had to put it on charge. So I do apologise if I'm wiggling you. So, yeah, I stitched on my triangles. I have put a bit of batting on the back, and I've sort of held it with quilting pins at the moment. I decided that because it looks nicer if it's just got that little quilted element, doesn't it? So it's the most disgusting afternoon. I've had 3 dog walks this morning. I've done 12,000 steps. So I went out with my youngest and then the eldest with all the dogs that she does. We picked up a load of wood for me to make up a garden planter. I've just listed a load of stuff on Vinted. I've never done that before. So yeah, just clothes and stuff that I certainly don't wear anymore. Yeah, so it's been a little bit busy, and I thought I really must go and make a video because I can't remember the last one, when the last one went out. So I sat and did this the other night, and what I kind of want to use this for is practice. So I did that coral stitch again. I did it on the handle for the Roxy's Journal, on my rake handle. It was okay. I did running stitch here, and then I put a thread through it, and to stop the thread moving I put a tiny little holding stitch there, so that's quite nice. And then I did running stitch again in red, and then I tried to match up this pink but I couldn't really, but all I've done is sort of wove that through there and did 3 French knots. So yeah, so it's quite nice to practice. As I say, if you've all gone over and seen Sarah's now, you'll see that she did echo quilting all the way around. I think she had hexes though. So for this one, I've got this lime green, it was a ball of thread, bear with me. It was one of those weird, I think I've left it downstairs. That's clever, isn't it? Yeah, I have. Okay, it was just a... Oh, no, there it is. I've just spied it. Sorry, not in that box. It's in this one, which I really must get round to tidying up because it's a bit of a rat's nest. It was this one. I don't know what it is. It's some of the infamous suitcase yarn, but it splits into 3 quite nicely. It's definitely not an embroidery thread. So I'll keep those bits out because that's the other 2 bits. Look at the state of this. I am gonna do something with this. It's such a mess. That's not too bad, but yeah. Yeah, so it's been a busy day already. It's about 3 o'clock now, so I thought I'm going to go and take 5. The heavens have just opened. The sky is as black as. I've just dragged the washing in. It's been all go today, I tell you. Right, so for this one, I want to do this chain stitch cable again because I really like that. So I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to do it all the way around this one, actually. So stop talking, Susan, and get on with it. Anyway, how are you all? It's it's Friday today. I had yesterday off, but yesterday just kind of disappeared. I know Thursdays are really busy for my daughter, so I do like to say to her, I'm off, do you need some help? And she always says, yes please. So yeah, so I helped her quite a lot yesterday. And then I got really hungry, and I don't know whether I get like low blood sugar or something, but when I get hungry I get quite dizzy and quite ill, so I have to stop and eat. So after the second long walk, I said to her, I'm going to have to go home and eat, babe. So she's like, oh, okay. That's not exactly how you're supposed to do it. No. I've forgotten how to do this one. Right, let me stand it up and then I can see without having to get my head in the way of you guys. Yeah, so consequently I didn't do all the dog walking yesterday, but so I came home, had some chicken soup, and then, like a really old person, I fell asleep. Dozed off in the armchair. The cat woke me up about 2:30, something like that. And thankfully she did, because if I sleep during the day, yeah, it's the kiss of death. I can't sleep at night then. So I'm going to go for a slightly smaller needle. So yeah, that was like, but I've had a really, I don't know why, but I've had a really bad week for sleep. I was actually getting sort of quite dark circles under my eyes. So yeah, I'm not usually like that. So, right, let's concentrate. Right, so come out at A. Let's start down the bottom here. So it needs to go, trying to do it so you can see. Well, let me see what you can see. Yeah, there you go. I lay it there. I don't think the light's on it. I've got to have the light on. It's as black as anything at the moment. Right, so we need it under, no, over, under, over, and take a small bit. Ooh, keep it in line. Right, come on, concentrate. There's so much rain hitting my window. I thought there was some water coming in there. I could hear dripping. Apologies. Right. Over, under, over, down, up. Oh, okay, and under, whoop, under there. I think it's straight. Yeah, that's more like it. That's what we need, a little chain. Right, so over, under, take the stitch, wrap it under. So yeah, consequently, I won't say I haven't done anything this week, because I have. I've done a lot of sewing, because when I've clocked off from work, I've made myself come up here and do some stitching, if nothing else, just to sort of clear my brain, really. So I've been hitting my death pile of stitching that I showed you in my tour of my room vlog. So yeah, so that's gone down quite a lot. So I'm liking this stitch. I really am liking it. Right, so it's over, under, over, under, take a stitch, and then put it under again. Okay, over, under. Let's work on the spacing now, because I don't think I'm quite getting that right. Go under there. Sorry, those pins are annoying, aren't they? But I need them on there to hold the batting on. Over, under, take a stitch. What else have I been up to? Not a lot really. As I say, it's been a work week, so Next week is going to be absolute heaven because I've only got to work one day next week. I was owed quite a lot of leave, and you can't carry much over, you know, into the next year. So I had to take a day, and I'm literally squeezing it in on, it's not quite the last day of the month, but it ain't far off. So you know, like the cut-off time. So yeah, so that's next Wednesday. So I've only got to do one day of work next week. Now that's what I call a work week. I could handle that every month, every week rather. So that would suit me fine. Right, over. Oh, come on, hands over, under. Yes, so hopefully if this weather sorts itself out tomorrow. Oh, I've got to babysit Scarlett tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to say I'll do my gardening, but I think I told you my middle daughter was offered a very low paid apprenticeship in hairdressing. She's already done her level 1 at college, and then she went into an office job and absolutely hated it. And then this apprentice thing came up, and they said, you know, you do understand it's an apprentice wage. And they were fed up with having young girls coming in saying, oh yeah, I really want to be a hairdresser and all this, that and the other. And then not actually, like 6 months later saying, oh, I don't think it's quite for me, you know, and literally in that tone of voice as well. So they said, you know, if you're happy to accept what is a really low wage while you're training or finishing your training, because like I say, she has already done a year at college. They took her on, and she's absolutely flying, buzzing. They've got her cutting hair. Yeah, so it was definitely the right move for her. So anyway, her partner, he does carpet and laminate or vinyl flooring fitting, and he's very good. I mean, he is really, really, really good. So, but of course he's got a blooming job tomorrow, so she has to work Saturdays with this blinking apprenticeship. So it was a case of her youngest sister, they'd booked to go somewhere or something, and she said, I can't cancel it at this early notice. So the eldest one has got 2 dogs to groom tomorrow or something, so they're all busy basically. So good old grandma to the rescue. So I won't be able to do any, well, I don't know how long I've got to sit with her actually. I don't know how long his job is, because he'll come back and take over, as it were. But we need to go to my discount store anyway, so I'm going to do that with her, and she is quite happy to do charity shops and things like that, like, you know, like Nanny likes to do. So yeah, we'll probably end up doing that sort of thing. Last time I think it was about 2:30 in the afternoon he came back. So over, under, yeah, so that'll be tomorrow. It's funny, you know, don't read into my tone of voice any resentment at all. I love, you know, I don't mind looking after them, but you know, I have said to the girls, look, especially at the moment, the amount of hours I'm doing overtime and everything, I said I'm absolutely shattered. And you do get to a point at, you know, in your age that you just want the weekend just to decompress and just, you know, for me to get on, do some crafty stuff, sit and talk to you guys and all the rest of it. So, but she doesn't quite understand, I don't think, or she doesn't want to understand because it's too blooming convenient, I think. You know, there it is. So I'm liking this stitch. I'm not quite getting it tight enough, I don't think. I love that. Right, I'll carry on. I might as well finish it. I started, so I'll finish. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. But as I say, I need to go. I've run out of my sheepy fabric, which I make the little pouches in. So I need to get some of that. And I've no doubt Madam Scarlett will want something from the craft department. Oh, I've lost my thing now. Over, under, down, there, go, and there. If I pull that a little bit tighter, yeah, that's what it needs. Sorry, I don't even know you're seeing this. Yeah, so fun and games. I love her to bits, but she definitely has an autistic side. And if you've got any experience of autistic people, she gets dysregulated really quickly in her temper, in her mood. And I mean, she's a lot better than she was. She used to be a runner. She used to literally bolt and gone. And that used to scare the life out of me, because I said to her, I did stop looking after her for quite a while, because I said to my daughter, I said she scares the life out of me when she runs, because, knowing the job that I do, knowing the amount of creeps there are in the world, and she is the most beautiful child, I said to her, I just can't, it was too much responsibility, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I was really lucky with my kids. They didn't do that, but then it's part of her condition. So yeah, so she's not too bad now. She was a little bit funny the last time. It was not last weekend, the weekend before. I looked after her on the Saturday, and I could tell she was starting to dysregulate. Can you hear that rain? So glad I got my washing in. I was going to leave it. Oh, wow, it's hitting my window. I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, she was starting to dysregulate. So I sorted her out by feeding her. She gets really, I don't know, probably a bit like me really. She gets really hangry. She don't just get hungry. She's like, I need to eat. So I took her into a cafe last time, and she had sausages in a bun. But she doesn't like butter. She doesn't like tomato sauce. So it's just these sausages in a bun. And I thought, that has got to taste like dry cardboard, I'd have thought. But there you go. Yeah, so that was that. So tomorrow, I'm hoping the weather's going to be an awful lot better than it is today, because the shop that I go to, everybody will go there on a rainy day, because it's a bit of a tradition in this area. If it's raining, let's get a Tragos. Yeah, so we'll try and avoid that. Oh. And she'll be a nightmare if it's full. So I know exactly what I want, so I can go in, get it out. I know the shop like the back of my hand. So yeah, fun and games. And then I'll take her home, and then she's quite happy to just sort of do her own thing. She is, bless her. She's terribly autistic, I think. Well, not terribly, but she's definitely got traits. So we're hoping to get her into a nice supportive, I hesitate to say special school, but it is a special school. But we're going to go and see that in June. And I'm hoping, with my contacts in the education side of things, which is what I do, I'm hoping to goodness that we can get her in, because we're sadly lacking in Devon, well, in the UK really, for specialist schools that can take these children who, through no fault of their own, don't function terribly well in some circumstances, to say the least. So yeah, so it's all go. So the daughter's got a visitation booked in, so I said, well done. She said, oh, will you come with me? I said, yes, of course I'll come with you. Goodness me, it's really important. Yeah. We'll get her sorted. She'll be eaten alive if she goes into mainstream secondary, because that's, you know, because she's 10 now, Scarlett, and if she goes to mainstream, yeah, unfortunately the two of the local, where she lives, the two local colleges there, again, because of my job, I know they're absolutely rife at the moment with drug problems and what have you. So yeah, she'll just be targeted straight away, and she is so vulnerable because of her additional needs, bless her. So yeah, right, that's a little bit meh, but yeah, I like that. That's really pretty. I'm trying to match the colours to what's in the triangles, so right, I like that. Yeah, I'm not going to rush these. I've told you that before. You know, these are just playthings, just things to muck around, decorate, and get off my desk, really. So what else to do? What else should we do? Let's go back to the stitch guide, which is at the front here somewhere. Alright, so I've done coral stitch. That's that one. That one. I like that. That was dead easy to do, that is. Chain stitch whipped. That's not that one, but that's running stitch whipped. I don't know if there's such a stitch. I just kind of made it up. I don't know. There's a double knot there. No, I don't want to do any more of those. I don't know what I fancy doing. That's the problem. What do I fancy doing? I mean, this isn't, you know, comprehensive. This isn't every stitch that there is in the planet. Oh dear, excuse me. Oh, there you go. Running stitch, laced whipped. So there you go. There is a stitch like that. Oh, I don't know what to do. Decisions. Can't make one for save me life. Stem stitch whipped. Okay. Scroll stitch. Well, that's quite pretty. What's that one? Let's have a look. 154. Okay. Right. I've just remembered I've left my bedroom window open. Let me just go and make sure it's not flooded. I will be back in a minute. Okay, panic over. I must have shut it earlier. I just thought, oh, I bet that's hitting my side of my head, the other side of my house. Ah, windows open. It wasn't, thankfully. Right, where were we? Scroll stitch. Okay, it looks easy, but then they always do, don't they? So let's start it out here somewhere. Right, come up at A, loop the working thread to the right and hold in place with your thumb. What? Kind of looks like you just do a loop like so. Yeah, that would be right, to the right. Yeah, so you just take a small, go down at B, emerge at C, making a small slanted stitch in the centre of the loop. Okay, that's not right because that's not coming. Oh, you work the other way. Can I do it that way? Probably not. That's a bit It's a bit the wrong way around for me. Right, hold on. Because I started at the top. Let's start at the side and then it might be easier. I'm sorry if those pins are annoying. I will take them out. I'll put a big holding stitch there because they're dragging on the glass, aren't they? Slightly annoying, Susan. Slightly annoying. Right, let's start here. Okay, there. See, why is it showing it going underneath? Because there, it's going over the top. And that's why I'm getting confused. Right, okay, it's going over the top, alright? And then just make a... I don't know. How close to there? Fairly close, actually. Oh, it could all go wrong. Hold tight. Okay, that looks all right. I just realised my neighbours have literally just walked down the school to pick their kids up from school. Oh, I bet they're soaking. Oops, I bet he wished he took the car. It's good that he didn't. This is an awkward one to judge the spacing. Out there. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm not working in my little cosy corner, I will put a photograph in here now and you'll know why. Yes, Madam has decided that the rocking chair, I've actually cleared it all off and put it there for her. And she looks so comfortable there whenever I come up. I just haven't got the heart to push her out, so... Now, the other shocking thing that I'm about to tell you is I've just rearranged all my craft room, right? So I've come to the decision, even though I said I wasn't going to do it, I'm going to move into the bigger room. Because this is me trying to justify it, okay? I was in there the other day. I've got a chest of drawers which I got from IKEA, which I, quite frankly, I did not put together very well, and it's starting to fall to pieces. Well, the drawers keep slipping. Yeah, it needs redoing. And in that is all my stuff for Etsy, right? That's all that's in it. Well, actually, no, I lie. The top drawer has my sort of fleecy tops in it. The rest of it, the other two drawers, are Etsy stock. So I thought, right, okay, I'll do that. And then I thought, so you've got your chest of drawers here, more or less full of Etsy stuff, so craft stuff. You've just moved the great big bookcase in here, which again is full of craft stuff. You've got a little chest of drawers on the side of the bed that you don't use, which is, yeah, full of Etsy stuff. Why don't you just give in, move into the bigger room, leave all the stuff in there that is for Etsy anyway, because that can be, you know, that can stay where it is, and just move your craft stuff in there. Because your bedroom will literally have a bed, a wardrobe, and a chest of drawers in it. So, and it might actually stay, you know, quite... It's never dirty, my house, but it is untidy sometimes. So... And I thought, oh, I could do that, and then I really want to treat myself to some new bedding and yada yada yada, and basically I could make myself a really nice, relaxing bedroom, as opposed to half craft storage. Oh my lordy! So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let me know if you'd like to watch me struggle. Oh, it's going to take... Well, as I say, I'm only working one day next week, so I was telling my daughter and she just put her head in her hands and she's like, Mother. I went, yeah, but. And she's like, oh, it's your house, it's your life, you do what you like, sort of thing. So I said to her, but I have got like a whole week that I can take to do it because I've only got to work one day and, you know, it's working from home. And she went, stop justifying it, Mum, just do it. Okay. So if you want to watch that struggle happening, let me know. I haven't got the ability to do, what's it called, time lapse on it, although my youngest today told me she's got a GoPro. I said, I didn't know you had a GoPro. So I then asked, why have you got a GoPro? I said, oh, we took it, we take it when we go on our holidays, so we can get, I think it's an underwater one or something. Anyway, so yeah, that's right, because she bought it, they took it on honeymoon to film sea turtles, because she's got a thing for sea turtles. So, well, that and penguins. So, yeah, she reminded me today, actually, when we were walking. She said, oh, I've got a GoPro. And I went, have you? I said, oh, I vaguely remember you telling me you'd got one of those. So she said, do you want to borrow it? And I went, I think I might. So anyway, let me know if you want to watch the struggle. Will be real. It'll just be me moving lots of furniture. I'll have a very sore back. But I just think, because that way, the other thing I thought was I could get, because my bedroom, when I have guests, I give up my bedroom to my guests, basically. So I thought, well, in the bigger room, I've got enough room to have a sofa bed. And there was one on Facebook the other day, actually. I should have got it because it was only 20 quid. So I thought, well, I could have a sofa bed in there and have it as a sofa when I haven't got any guests. But I've still got a guest bedroom. And then that way, I don't get turfed out on my bedroom because it is such a bigger room. It's easily twice the size of this one. So, yeah. I know I shouldn't be doing these things at my age, but yeah, I will. Anyway, are you enjoying this? You'll have to let me know if you want to sit and watch me do this sort of thing. If you're quite happy just to see the end results, I can do that as well. But I thought I'd stitch whilst I was rabbering on in your ear today, because apparently not many people liked it when I was quiet. It's so unusual. Yeah, I know. So, oh, look, thread. Just behave yourself, okay? If you stop twiddling, I can do the stitch. Anyway, this is a nice easy one, isn't it? Once you get going. Yeah, as I say, this is going to be kind of what I want to use it for. And I think what I might do is, on that fabric that I can print on, is make a list of the stitches and then kind of put a little label there, coral stitch. I know what that is, that's easy, and that's dead easy. But that's the chain stitch. I'll get all the proper names out of the book there. And this one's scroll stitch. I like this. It's very easy once you get going, like everything. So yeah, I might do that actually. And then you can just use it as like a little reference book, as well as getting all those sort of weird and wonderful things out of your stash. So I can't remember who it was, sorry, said that they're a quilter and that they've got all these kind of things. I said, well, you're never going to run out of stuff, you. So yeah, there's quite a few of you were quite keen on having a go. It's if you've been on Sarah's craft channel, I couldn't find a playlist for her doing the book. I don't know if she filmed it. I've seen the video where she was making the book up, But I think the actual, what she did, I don't think she actually filmed it. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you've watched her. I couldn't find it anyway, so, and I've been on the channel a couple of times now, so, but if you did find something, just let me know and I'll go back and have another look. But I seriously couldn't find any, you know, like when she was actually doing the pieces themselves. So it could be that she just did the little project herself all on her own. I did do the tagging thing, so hopefully she's seen that we're going to start something. Yeah, the other thing I've decided to do is start getting my blooming, well, like I showed you at the beginning there, the Christmas Roxy Creations thing. I've still got the, what was it called? The Anne Brooke one, Stitch for the Soul. I can't remember. It was during lockdown, and we did that book thing. I found that the other day. I still haven't finished that off. It's really naughty because it's beautiful. I'm looking through it. I thought, oh my lordy. So right, you're really starting to get on my nerves. What are you doing? Yeah, and I thought, yeah, you need to, you know, you really need to get these things finished because it's just, it's a waste of time you're doing it otherwise. This one I'm determined. I know exactly how I'm going to bind this one together. Yeah, and I just, that's all I need to do with the Anne Brooke one. So for the Soul? Was it called that? I can't remember what it's been called now. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to finish this one here because that twiddling is getting on my nerves. Right. I might finish this off on my own and leave you to get on with your day. I will get these blinking pins out because they're getting on my nerves now, let alone yours. And scrapey scissors. Yeah, so I hope you're having a go. I think, I say, quite a lot of you said you were going to have a go. I'm taking these out now because they are getting on me pip. Actually, I probably don't need them in anymore. It was just to hold the batting on while I did the first bits of stitching. So I should go through my book. I've got that plant one. I found, what have I done with them? I've taken them downstairs and I've got Wally. I found another couple. Oh, they're here. Oh, no, they're not. That's the lace one. Oh, the other thing that I'm going to do, hang on, let me move some stuff. Because Fiona gave me, was it Fiona? Let me just double check myself, sorry. Yeah, Fiona gave me this lovely book, hold on, on handmade laces. And I said, oh yeah, I definitely want to do the, whatever that, I still don't know how to pronounce that, Ditchel lace or something or other. Can't remember what it was blooming called. Yeah, anyway, she gave me this lovely book. I still haven't got around to doing it. So I refound the ribbon that I bought that I thought I'd have a go with. I have never been able to find the tape. Apparently you can get a specific tape. I cannot find it at all. So if anybody knows anybody that does this, it's a tape with little bits on the side, which is why I picked this up, because this has got little loops on the side. So I'm hoping, because you need the loops to be able to do the stringy bit. Oh, don't stick there. Yeah, so I'm definitely, one of my pages, and I'll probably make it a gel printed one. I'm not going to do that. I was thinking of something really simple. I might do a dragonfly's wing and then use these stitches to put in the fine veins, if you like, because I'm not doing that. It'll take me forever. Yeah, I keep on searching. Every now and again I think, oh, I really must have a look for that. But I just cannot find it. I don't even know if it's got a specific name. Let me see if it's got any names on here. Yes, it just says lay the tape. What tape? Is it just ordinary tape? I don't know. Smooth and sit. Sorry, I'm just quickly scooching through there. See, it used to be called lasset, French meaning a narrow tape or braid. There was also a Mrs. Mitchell of Soho Bazaar on Portman Square who described herself ambiguously as a Honiton Point lace manufacturer. Now, you see, I live near Honiton. I'm wondering, when I go to the West Point show, which I think, yeah, it's next week, there's usually the lace making ladies there. I might take this and see if they know what it is and where I can get the tape, because I really would like the proper tape. I don't think this is gonna, it might work, I don't know, but it's a nylon. Are you nylon? Polyester. Yeah, so but anyway, as I say, part of one of the pages I'm going to do is definitely going to be this lace, because I am really keen to do it. You see, it clearly shows a tape with like with that edges on, and then you just whip or overcast the bars. I mean, it's quite simple once you've got the lace down, you know, it's quite quick. Anyway, right. Now you can do blanket stitch type thing. Yeah, I must get on it because, as I say, I've found the 2 bits now. So I have really rambled in your ears. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way through, oh, if your ears are bleeding, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me know if you want to see me struggle to do my craft room. I might just show you the before and after. But as I say, it's going to be a lot of work. It might take more than a week, I'll be honest with you. So, right, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. Ella. And, yeah, I'll see you maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I don't know. See you later anyway. Bye.